Holy shit, Bron Breakker aligns with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins to officially become a Paul Heyman guy. Welcome back to Main Event Mindset. If you are new here, we do videos like this all the time. We also do weekly breakdowns of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. So if that's something that you're interested in, please hit the subscribe button and tune in. It is April 21st, the Raw after WrestleMania 41. And if what went down at WrestleMania 41 wasn't enough for you, then you needed to tune into Monday Night Raw because this Raw was insane. But the main topic that we are here to discuss is Bron Breakker being the next Paul Heyman guy. It was revealed at the end of the show that Bron Breakker has aligned with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. The segment at the end of the show started off with Seth Rollins coming out with Paul Heyman saying that he's a visionary, he's a revolutionary, he took Roman's wise man, he stole CM Punk's best friend, and he is a WrestleMania main event winner. But before Seth Rollins can finish what he was saying, CM Punk's music hits, and of course he comes down to the ring ready to brawl. He makes his way into the ring and the fight starts right away. Punk eventually gets Seth Rollins into the corner on the floor, where he then turns around and targets Paul Heyman. Punk grabs Paul Heyman and throws him into a corner, but Seth Rollins comes to save his guy. He rakes the eyes of CM Punk, gets him on the ground, and hits him with the curb stomp. Now at this point, he's standing tall with Paul Heyman next to him, and the credits start rolling to end off the night. But Paul Heyman still has a microphone in his hand, and he uses that to let everyone know that Seth Rollins is the new #1 top star in this entire industry. And right when you think it is all over, here comes the tribal chief. Roman Reigns' music hits and that place goes nuts. He makes his way down to the ring, spearing Seth Rollins and then giving the wise man a Superman punch. He then goes to the corner and sets up Paul Heyman to take a spear. And right when Roman turns his head back, out of nowhere a huge spear from a mystery man wearing a black hoodie, which was very quickly ripped off to reveal that it was Bron freaking Breakker. And the next thing we see is Bron Breakker looking into Seth Rollins' eyes, and we can't tell yet whether he's there to beat him up or to align with him. CM Punk slides back into the ring and Bron Breakker hits CM Punk with a spear, running right past Seth Rollins, and that is when we realize he's not out here just to participate, he's out here to align. Now after that, things become even more clearer when Seth Rollins embraces Bron Breakker. But not only does he embrace him, he then sends him outside of the ring to go finish the job with Roman Reigns. Now this is very important because this shows us who's calling the shots in this faction. Of course, Paul Heyman will be the mind, but it seems like Seth Rollins is going to be the one who is actually calling the plays. So Bron Breakker makes his way out to ringside where Roman Reigns is on the floor. Roman Reigns slaps the dog shit out of him, which then just pisses him off. And Roman Reigns gets hit with a classic Bron Breakker run around the ring spear, and he goes right through the barricade. And right after that, we had Seth Rollins calling yet another play, telling Bron Breakker to bring Roman back into the ring. Bron Breakker brings him back in the ring and puts him in a chokehold. Roman is forced to watch CM Punk get another curb stomp by Seth Rollins, followed up by another one right to Roman Reigns. And the last image we see is Bron Breakker, Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman standing tall in the middle of the ring, and then the show goes off the air. Now there's still so many unanswered questions, like how long has this been a thing? Is there more members to this group? What's next for Roman and Punk? Does this even end with Roman and Punk, or does this just become a big thing where this group is just going to be terrorizing everybody? We know Seth Rollins wants a championship, and we know that Bron Breakker wants a championship, so where does this actually end? Now, based off of Paul Heyman's history, it's safe to assume that this was not something that happened right away. This was probably something that was thought and planned out for a while. However, I don't really think I think that Seth Rollins actually planted the seeds in Paul Heyman's head back a couple weeks ago during his promos, where he was telling Paul Heyman that Roman doesn't care about him and neither does Punk. I think that Paul Heyman really sat back and realized, maybe this guy has a point. Now, in regards to more members being added to this group, I don't think that it really needs more members, but I wouldn't be mad if the right people were added into the equation. I've seen names getting thrown around like Carmelo Hayes, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, all fair names that I think would fit in this group. If I had to pick one, I would probably go with Drew McIntyre, only because I feel like he fits in this group so well. He is always pissed off at everybody and everything. He thinks that the world is against him, and he feels that he has been cheated on many different occasions. But I would like to see Carmelo Hayes get added to this group because it would really elevate him to another level. I've been seeing tons of comparisons on Twitter about Evolution. I even saw somebody compare it to the Dangerous Alliance, which included Rick Rude, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Before he was even Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was still Stunning Steve Austin at the time, Arn Anderson, and a bunch more names. I think that the Evolution comparison is a little bit more similar. I'm gonna ride with that idea, and in that sense, Carmelo Hayes would definitely be the perfect fit. Now, I also don't think that this ends with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I think that it might be the reason that it got started, and I think that they'll definitely do a program with those guys, but I do not think it ends there. I think that this end-all be-all goal is going to be to terrorize whoever they can get their hands on. I don't think that we're going to see them take a loss anytime soon, and by loss, I don't mean in an actual match per se. I just mean in general. If there's a promo going on between one of the members or all of the members and some other people, and there's a brawl that breaks out, I don't see them taking the loss in that brawl. They might run away or whatnot, but they're definitely not going to be looked at as weak in any way, shape, or form. And that's all I got for you guys today. We will definitely be going more in depth into this as the weeks go on. If you want to be notified whenever we post a video, hit that subscribe button and press that bell, because we are going to be posting a lot of post WrestleMania content. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about this, what your immediate reactions are, and I want to know your predictions on where this is going to go, if you think that they're going to add another member or not, and if you do, let me know who you think it is. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Yeet!